Hello and welcome to the Play Resource Inspiration channel. Today we're going to make some puppets. For the first puppet you're going to need from Play Resource Shop some card, felt tip pens, googly eyes, pipe cleaners, masking tape and scissors. So now the first step in making the finger puppet is to draw a shape on the page. I'm going to draw a rectangle and two triangles, and the reason for this shape is that because it's broader at the base and narrower at the top, is that it will fit both an adult and a child's finger when the shape is cut out. When I finish drawing the outline, I'm going to add the detail. So now we're ready for the next stage. We're going to cut it out. I'm using adult scissors, but if we're working with 3 to 5 year olds, we could use scissors that are much more appropriate for their age, safety scissors, or scissors that are comfortable for the size of their hands. And if you're doing these for a large group, once you have your piece cut out, like this, you could easily put it onto a page, photocopy it, and you could fit 6 to 8 onto a sheet of A4 paper. Now we're ready for the next stage. What we're going to do is to roll it to form a little cylinder. This is quite fiddly and children may need assistance with this part. So once we've got it formed into a tube, we're going to fit that to the finger. We're going to use masking tape to secure it into position. Now we're ready to move on to the next stage, which is decorating. So the next stage, we're going to make a tail for our puppet. We're going to fashion it out of a pipe cleaner. And again, we're going to stick it in position using the masking tape. So now our little mouse has its tail. And the next stage is to take some googly eyes, which are self-adhesive, and pop them in position. That's our finger puppet finished and ready to animate. And now we're going to make our sock puppet. For this you will need from the Play Resource Shop some funky foam, scissors, spun paper eggs, googly eyes, masking tape, and from the scrap store, elastic, and from your local shop, socks. First thing that we're going to do is to take a piece of elastic, drape it over the hand to give us a measurement, cut at that point. Take the two ends of the piece of the elastic, tie it into a knot. We're going to take the eyes and we're going to attach them to the elastic using the masking tape. This can be quite fiddly and children may need assistance with this part of it. One piece is sufficient to hold it in place initially, then you slip the elastic carefully off the hands, and by building up extra layers of masking tape on it, you can secure the eyes firmly in place. Keep building the layers up until you're sure that the elastic isn't going to move. Now, if you don't have these spun paper eggs to form the basis of the eyes, what you can do is make them out of crushed newspaper and coat the entire newspaper in layers of masking tape, much as I'm doing to secure the elastic to this. It's just an alternative method of developing the eyes should you not have access to the spun paper. The next stage is to take our googly eyes, position them over the pupils, peeling off the backing, and sticking them onto the eyelid. Next step after that is to fashion the eyelids out of funky foam. And what I'm going to do that is to fold the foam over into two and cut two pieces out at once. That saves having to draw it twice, and it means that both pieces are exactly the same size. Positioning the eyelid in relation to the pupil can alter the expression on the puppet, depending on precisely where you place the lid in relation to the pupil. I'm going for what I'm hoping is a fairly neutral look for this one. And that then is the eyes done. Now we're ready to put it all together. I'm obviously using an adult sock because it's an adult hand, but what I want to do is position the heel of the sock across where the knuckles are. If you're using a child's sock, exactly the same thing applies, but it's going to fit the child's hand much better than an adult sock. We then take the eyes and being careful to position them so that they're not looking down or not looking up, but are looking straight ahead. We now have a puppet that's ready for animation or indeed for further decoration. And now that we've made the basic puppet, a child can decorate it to personalise the puppet. It allows them to have a tool which they can use for their emotional, imaginative and creative development. And all of the items that I've used to decorate the puppet today are available from Play Resource.